Hey, we're looking at Mark chapter 1 verse 40 to 42, and this is great stuff. A man with leprosy came to him and begged him on his knees, "If you are willing, you can make me clean." Filled with compassion, Jesus reached out his hand and touched the man. "I am willing," he said. "Be clean." Immediately the leprosy left him and he was cured. And I think that just really gives us the heart of Jesus and the heart of compassion and the heart of love and the heart of everything that we are meant to be aiming for. If you are willing. Now, we don't understand really the heart of what it meant to be a leper, to be somebody that was cast out of town, that had to kind of spend their whole life, their whole existence in an outside part of town. They were like completely rejected. And I know when AIDS became a big thing, I think it was in the 80s, that it kind of carried that stigma. And so even today in South Africa, there's still quite a big stigma amongst a lot of people about people knowing that you have AIDS. But at the beginning, it was really similar to this feeling of what it was like with leprosy. Like there's just absolute rejection, absolute how can you? Because the idea is that it was your fault. The idea is that you did something to end up having this thing. And firstly, Jesus reaches out to the guy. Firstly, Jesus has a conversation with the guy, which is crazy. And what is maybe insane about this passage, it says Jesus reached out his hand and touched the man, and that doesn't happen. And I remember a picture of Lady Diana. Wasn't a big fan of her or anything, but I do remember a lot of the hospital visits that she had, where as the princess, as this person on top of a pedestal, she really touched patients. She really got close and intimate with them, and I think that made a complete difference to them. And that was something in her life that really just affected so many people. That was something about Jesus. Firstly, his admonition, "I am willing." I wonder how he said that, because if you know Jesus, it's almost like, really, really, do you need to ask this? Have you been watching my ministry? I am absolutely madly and passionately in love with you. If you are one of the least of these, even more so, I have a special thing in my heart for you. Of course I'm willing. Come here. Let me touch you. And was that touch Jesus touching his hand, or was it Jesus just grabbing him and embracing him? Whatever it was, it would have seemed like an embrace to the guy, because he was completely rejected, and suddenly Jesus touches him. That probably would have been enough, and yet he gets completely healed as well. And so just the heart of Jesus, and day by day, am I seeking to be that? Am I seeking to be known by the love that I have for people that no one else is loving? Who are the people in my world, whether it's my classroom or my office or my church? Who are the people that no one wants to have anything to do with? Who are the people that are irritating? Who are the people that are smelly? Who are the people that have weird ideas? Who are the people that are just angry and horrible? And am I going to be showing love to them? And am I going to do something that is the equivalent of Jesus touching them? Am I going to invite them around for a meal? Am I going to buy them a Christmas present? Am I going to offer to drive them somewhere? Whatever it is, am I going to spend an evening with them? This is kind of the crux and the heart of the gospel. This is where the gospel becomes good news. Of course I'm willing. And so, God, I pray, make me more like that. Help me to identify, to single out those kind of people in the room, because we all chase after the popular people. We all want to be with the cool people, but these are the people that Jesus sought out time after time after time. Of course I'm willing. And he got intimately involved with them, and he healed them, and he sent them away whole. And he gave them life that they didn't have, life from ashes. It was an incredible, incredible thing. What are you doing? What am I doing about that?